There's a difference.
And I jumped in here and he was talking to me about,
I'm not easy to sleep
Courtney,
with.
you like nice kitchens, right? Don't you like clean kitchens?
Courtney,
I was like,
I indicated to you
good
that you should
job,
come out and
Eric.
visit me.
And then this morning,
And you said no
when I
because
came in here,
a variety of reasons.
I've been reading this like
Everyone knows
guy
that.
who was in the Young Institute,
Courtey.
but he
All
worked
those
like
answers
for the
are
Young Institute
fine.
before he died, and he like
Nothing
expanded on
wrong
Young's
with
archetypes.
Not doing that.
And I've been kind of
okay?
getting into that idea now.
But
It's
there
kind of
is
a little
something
bit
wrong.
further than
There's
just
definitely
Young.
something wrong.
And I came in and I wanted to
with
talk to
thinking
someone
there's
about it,
something wrong
and he was in here,
about
so I
being
started about
honest
that,
and
and
upfront
then it
about
went
being a
into
human
that
being.
weird conversation.
So,
So
yeah.
I was trying to
Is
kind
that
of
delusional?
figure out,
that
like, I was under the
Courtney
impression that he
would
was like
come out here
having
and hang out with Eric
delusions
and have fun? No, not
because
remotely.
of before what had happened.
Is it something that's
And
going
so
to
I was trying to
happen?
figure out
No.
if I had
Is it
done
okay that I
anything,
brought it up? It's
or
preferable.
like in the video.
That's called
I
treating
remember
you
asking
with
him, like,
respect.
why would you think that?
That's
like,
not
what
what
did I do
I'm
to make you
thinking. I'm
think
confused
that? You know?
about
And his
if
argument
I gave you
was
some kind of
At this
the
point, I
argument he
interacted with
was
you plenty
making was that
that
I was
it's
attacking him for
acceptable
hitting
and
on
reasonable for me
me,
to say,
when the
oh, you should come
actual
visit me in
point that
Los
I was
Angeles.
trying to
The
make
fact
was
that
that
I
I
would
was
want to
like
sleep with
trying
you
to
when you're
figure out
here
if I had
is obvious and natural.
once again
Not to be something to be mad about.
actually in reality
accept it as
done
obvious and
something
natural and
to
true.
make him
And good.
have the delusion that I would
Why are you
come to
confused?
LA and
I
sleep
have a
with him
penis. I want
and
to put
ask
it in
me
your
to do
vagina. Is
that.
that confusing to you?
But
I mean, no.
I wanted to find that out, but then he
I'm
went
pretty
on to say
straightforward like
that
that. I'm not that confusing.
I think I said something like, I don't think Jay would
wouldn't
be
you
too happy
like
about that. And
rationalize?
he said something like, well, I wouldn't want
That's
to do
not
anything wrong to
what I would
Jay.
do.
And then he went on to like a longer conversation
Courtney,
about
if you were here, it is
what I
you
thought
do, 'cause I think
about
you're pretty
him,
goddamn charming.
or what I thought in general about people who pursue women even if they aren't single.
I mean, I'm not evaluating this.
Like, as the arguments continued throughout the day,
is
kept
Courtney going to say yes or
coming
no?
at me
I'm
through
not
the framework
making you,
of
I'm not asking you
Courtney.
anything.
It's not wrong as
I'm
a single
saying-
man to
No,
hit
but now
on
you
you,
make me
when
feel
that
like
wasn't really like the
the way I
point. The
understood
point was
or,
he
like,
posted a
talking to
video
you is not how it
of it and
is.
chopped it up and made it like
But
kind of
Courtney,
weird.
that's the
And I
thing.
didn't
You want to
want
create
to
an
be
artificial
having that
world that doesn't
conversation
exist,
with
where
Eric
people, when they're having an intellectual
anyway, for the
conversation,
reasons
because
that
they're not currently engaged
Jay came over and I was
in
like, you need to watch this.
sexualized
This is
thinking
kind of
or
weird and I want you
behavior,
to see this
that
and be like,
therefore
what
they're
the
not
fuck?
sexual beings.
So he watched and he was like, yeah, this is
I'm not
like, this can be
making you an
perceived in
offer.
a way that
I'm not
people
requesting
didn't
anything of
understand,
you.
like,
I'm talking to you
why
like a human being
you
instead
were
of
kind of worried
like a
about that in
child.
the first place, whatever.
Okay.
So that's when I started, that's when I was like, Eric, take that video down, and then it got heated from there because
Interpreting
he
my
kept just
friendliness as
attacking me
interest.
with like the logical
I wasn't
argument
reacting
of,
to anything you
well,
said, but I
a
wasn't
single
assuming
man
you
can
had
do
any
that, and I
interest or
haven't done
friendliness or
anything
anything. I'm
wrong,
assuming
when the
all
point
women
the whole
are
time
available
was
to me.
trying to find out why he would think that I would
But
be
that's
interested
not
anyway.
the reality.
That's okay. It's the
You know what I
preferable
mean?
assumption to operate from.
I mean, yeah, I suppose. But
Yeah.
your plan is to.
And then he made a lot of
I don't have a
accusations
plan.
during
I
those discussions
We're
about
talking to Courtney, so I
how
said, "Oh, Courtney, you should come out here."
he
and
made
visit me in
a
Los
few
Angeles."
pretty strong
I had to learn
accusations
actual
about how
self-esteem first. I didn't
what
used to
I
have
was
it,
doing
really. I
was
only had it in certain
admitting
areas.
to that I was
And I didn't
interested in him when he
understand that
visited, which was made
myself,
me kind
like
of
every other
angry.
human
Like,
being, I
that
have
wasn't
a
the case at
fundamental
all. I did
human
not have any interest in Eric at all. And so for him to say,
dignity,
well,
worth,
Courtney,
and empowerment.
I
that
have been
should
single.
feel
I was
free
so
to swim around
insecure,
as I
and
see
I would
fit.
not have mistook any of those signals, inferring that there were all
And
these
that
signals,
to do so
which there
is to treat
weren't.
others with
Like, he
respect.
was kind of expanding that way too far.
Talking with famous
Anyway. Well, thanks for thinking I'm attractive. That's the story.
You're welcome, Courtney.
And
You're
then
pretty hot.
I got kind of upset because I wanted to like break through any kind of delusion that he had or had created through us interacting in here, maybe, of me wanting to subtextually be involved with him. That's why I kind of was like insulting him on such a strong level, because I wanted to make it like very clear that this is like not what I think of you. I don't have any interest in that kind of way. That makes sense.
How was it resolved this morning? Was it?
Yeah, Eric knows I was with Jay. How was it resolved this morning? This morning I wasn't angry. what made me upset was him chopping up the video and leaving out all of these different parts of the conversation to, I mean, I wasn't even really like upset about the video. It was like the comments they were making, and they were like, oh, it's a good trick or something. They said something like, oh, well, it's a good trick. And I think they were referring to you, Janelle, because Eric had mentioned, like, well, who do you think I should invite? Janelle? And I was like, obviously, I wasn't even like taking this serious. I was like, maybe. I know that you want to go fly out there though.
No, yeah, no way. I would never
Yeah, I
do
know that. And I wasn't taking any of this conversation seriously at all. Like, I thought he was just joking or like being delusional, one of the two.
that.
And I was like, oh, well, you would have to take her kids, like, assuming he would buy your kids tickets too or something. And he was like, take her kids, haha, I'll steal her kids. And I was like, that's not what I meant, but whatever.
Yeah.
And so,
He's going to invite someone out there? Like, legitimately?
I don't know what he's doing.
That's weird. Well, not weird, but yeah. I mean, there's no way I would do that. And I would definitely not take my kids if I were to ever do that.
Yeah, I don't really actually think that you would go. But
So, is that why you've been, like, kind of incognito for a little while, or or you just felt like hiding out for a little while?
because of Eric?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know if you were being, like, harassed by anybody.
Courtney, be smart. You are misrepresenting it, and recording is not in RAW, but Eric has it. I'm not misrepresenting it, Susanna. That's exactly how I feel about it. That's exactly what the past was. The video Eric sent me the other day was like weird.
It's as simple as this. Courtney has a boyfriend, and if we don't have to make it weird by this whole flirting thing.
Yeah,
Like,
and
Eric
you're
doesn't get a
entirely
flirt.
right. But Eric took down the video, and then they argued for 5 hours about semantics.
I argued because of the way that Eric was representing it wasn't truthful. Eric was representing the argument as if I was attacking him because he was single but hitting on me.
Every argument they had is in the video that was taken down. Of course, you can disagree with it, but it wasn't lying in the argument that was afterwards.
What was becoming so frustrating to me was because whenever that happened the first time, Eric was like really insulting about it. He was like, Courtney, you're a nasty woman, and I can't believe you would do that to me, and how dare you. And it literally was out of thin air. There was nothing I had done. I had not done anything to him to make him think I wanted to have some kind of romantic situation. He knew that time I had a boyfriend. Everybody here in that time knew I had a boyfriend. So him saying, oh, I didn't know I had a boyfriend, like, I talk about Jake quite a bit in here. I think he knew I had a boyfriend. I don't think he cared.
But my point is that it could have ended with the video being taken down. But instead, you had a big argument where you even dropped as low as dragging in his daughter. What the fuck is that?
Because it's infuriating for him to have such a strong delusional understanding of what happened here that he literally kept telling me that he wasn't misrepresenting it, which infers that I was actually hitting on him, which I was not. That entire situation, me and Jay were both reading all the text messages like, this guy is insane or something. And I didn't really know Eric then, and he was like really upset over it. And so for him to still hold on to that delusion of being like the actual truth of the matter, even when he did know I had a boyfriend then, and then using that over and over again today without letting me like report at all to it, instead just yelling and yelling. And this is like what Eric does when he's in an argument. He'll yell and he'll like make points that aren't actually like the points, but he'll just do it so that he's changing the perceptions. And so it was insulting to me that he was doing that to me because I know how Eric argues and I know that's what he was doing. And also not letting me like combat any of the inconsistencies he was making towards what had happened then. And then flipping it back around to say, well, I didn't do anything wrong now, Courtney. You're taking a thing that was in the past and it has nothing to do with today, when actually it has a lot to do with today. And that's something that is a part of our history that was in a similar situation, and it has a lot to do with what was occurring today. And so instead of letting me make any points, he was just condescending and cutting me down, which is what Eric does when he knows that he's like, which is what he does when he knows he's like just trying to like win the argument. But yeah, for someone to say, no, you actually were hitting on me, maybe you just don't know it or something. And it's like, I have a boyfriend, I value my relationship. It's insulting, and it's more insulting whenever they're just like, Courtney, you're stupid, and you're like, Eric's done this to everybody who's gotten into conversations or arguments with, like, everyone that's ever had a legitimate argument with Eric knows that that's what he does. The battle after was about like the debate space that he wasn't letting me like utilize. He was utilizing very like simple concept that was, Courtney, I'm a single man. I didn't know that you were in a relationship, which I don't believe. I believe that Eric did know I was in a relationship. Everybody in here knows I was in a relationship, and I think that was just like a cop out for him to like make his point more logical. And that wasn't even like the point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to drive home was like trying to bust through any kind of psychological delusions he has. I was trying to like get through them at such a level that he would not have them anymore. Instead of that working, what he inferred from that, and what he inferred from us debating about it like that, was that I was debating with him because in actuality I really do want to sleep with him, which is just reinforcing the delusion, which is not what my goal was. So it was like really frustrating. Yeah, Eric called me an idiot, a stupid bitch. I mean, Eric's called me all kinds. Eric's called everyone in here names. Eric hasn't gotten in debates a lot lately, but before he called like everybody stupid fucking names. And what's frustrating is he won't let you make your points. Like, he will just take the argument further and further and further. Instead of letting you make your points, he will personally attack you on everything he can, so that it seems in such a way that you are like being irrational. He does that to everybody.
Well, yeah, now you have polar TI because of the way you argued, Courtney.
I don't really care what anyone in here thinks about my tires, honestly. And earlier, Eric was making the argument that SI was FI, and so, you know, like,
Yeah.
I take that into account. Like, I really don't take him seriously. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, anyway, I think I did probably get a little too heated in it. So I probably let it get too out of hand. But that's the story.
Drama.
Yeah. I mean, probably Eric might have been. Nick had mentioned that he had stated afterwards that he kept saying, I could totally get on her now. I know that if she came here, I could get on her. I just have to try a little harder and I'll get with her. Like, Nick told me he was saying those kinds of things afterwards. And so when I came back in, I had already had that conversation. That was already kind of infuriating in the beginning because, I mean, I understand it might be some kind of way for him to, like, reinforce his ego and, like, protect it, you know? But it's still, like, that grand delusion that's caused problems before. And so I just wanted to break through that in all the ways possible, which included like